Hi.
Your master, what's here?
Good. Speak to the mariners. Fall to it. Yarly, or we run ourselves to the ground. Bestir, bestir.
Hide my hearts, truly teal my hearts. Yar, yar, take in the topsail, take in the mast whistle, blow till I burst thy wind if room enough.
Good boatswain, have care. Where's the master? Play the men.
I pray now, keep below.
Done.
Oh, wait. Where's the master, boatswain?
Do you not hear him? Keep your cabins, you are labored. You do assist the storm.
Nay, good be patient.
When the sea is hints, what cares these words for David the Queen? The cabin, silence, trouble us not.
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself, your counselor. You command these elements to work the peace in the present, will not hand a rope more. Use your authority. You cannot give they few lifts alarm.
Yeah, mine is.
So burn in the cabin,
Yeah,
who
yes,
mistakes
that's
the
all
hour.
mine.
Still
Wait,
happy.
does it look good for the shipwreck?
I
Miss
have
Lindsay.
great comfort from the
Mr. Lindsay, I did my makeup so it looks like shipwreck. Is that okay? Okay.
on him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate, to his hanging, for our own doth little advantage. What? If you be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
Down with the Thomas! Yar! Lower, lower! Bring in a shot with main course!
We're all gonna die.
A plague upon the Sally! They're louder than the weather or our office. Yet again, what do you hear? Should you more drown? You might have sink?
A pox to your throat, you bawling, blasphemous and terrible dog!
Where'd you then?
Hang, Kerr! Hang, you insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
He'll be hanged yet, though the ship is as strong as a nutshell and as bleaky as an unstained wench.
Lay her hold! Set her 2 courses up to sea again! Lay her off!
All lost! To prayers, all lost!
What, was her mouth
Get it
cold?
uncaught.
Queen and Prince at prayers. Let's assist them for our cases as they.
I'm out of patience. We are cheated by our lives by drunkards and this wide-chapped rascal. No, it's still my line. I remember it. And the washing of 10 tides.
Wait, line. He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear it's best to glut.
My bad, I forgot my line.
No, it's not fun. Who's line? Wait, that.
All right, let's all sing with the queen.
Let's take leave of her!
Just an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything. The world's about be done, bowed fain die a dry death.
Someone like fix mine. Oh, am I still talking? Let's go. What's up?
Julia?
My makeup looks good. My makeup looks good. My
Oh,
makeup
good
looks good. My
Lord.
makeup looks good. It does.
What? Wait, who just said that? I don't know where she is. Me and a Macarena on stage while we wait. I heard nothing. Nobody knows. Well, just go play with my toys. Well, if this happens in the play, I'll just twiddle my thumbs. The phone.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know.
Okay.
If by your art, my dearest mother, you have put the wild waters in this roar, allay them, the sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I've suffered with those I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had, no doubt, some noble creature in her. Not yet. Dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry to knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, where'er it should the good ship so have swallowed, and the frauding souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart, there is no harm done.
Woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant to what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospera, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater mother.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time. I should inform thee further. Lend thy hand, pluck my magic garment from me. Lie there, mine art. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have, with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as a hair, but to any creature aboard the vessel, which thou heardst cry and which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must know further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now here. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out 3 years old.
Certainly, madam, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of any image, tell me, that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest, ought ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy mother was Duchess of Milan and a prince of power.
Madam, are you not my mother?
Thy father was a piece of virtue, and he said, thou wast my daughter. Thy mother was Duchess of Milan, thou her only heir, and a princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was it we did?
Both, my girl, by foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly brought hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio, I prithee mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He whom next thyself of all the world I loved, to him put the manage of my state. As at the time, throughout all the signorities, it was the first. And Prospera, the prime duchess, being so reputed in dignity for all the liberal arts, without a parallel, thus being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Madam, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits and how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office. He set all hearts in his state to whom pleased his ear, that now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my virtue out unto it. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good madam, I do.
I prithee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to the closeness and bettering of my mind, with that which, but by being so retired, overpriced all popular rate, and in my false brother awakened an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood, in its contrary, as great as my trust had been, which, indeed, had no limit, a confidence sans bound. He being thus lorded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but with what my power might else exact, like one who, having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory to credit his own lie, out of the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence, his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, madam, would cure deafness.
Mark his condition and the event. Then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now's the condition. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy to mine inveterate, hearkened to my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu with all the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan. And in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack for mercy! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it over again. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, then I'll bring thee to the present business, which now is upon us, without which this story were most impertinent.
wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, girl. My tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business. But with colors fair, painted their foul ends. In view, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged nor tackle, sail nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherub, thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven. When I have decked the sea with drops, full salt, and under my burden groan, then raised up in me an undergoing stomach against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food had we and some water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessities, which since have steadied much. So, of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes I prized above my dukedom.
Line.
Would I might but ever see this man.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I rise. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here on this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmistress, made thee more profit than other princesses can have, who have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens, thank you for it. And now, I pray you, madam, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
No, thus far forth. By accident, most strange, bountiful fortune. Now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought unto this shore. And by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose fortunes, if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come, with a thought, I think the Ariel come.
Oh, hail, great
Mistress,
Great madam, hail.
I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly,
To swim,
to ride on the curled
to
clouds,
dive into the fire,
to thy strong bidding task, Ariel.
and all her quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to the point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article.
I boarded the queen's ship.
Now on the beak,
Now on the waist,
the deck,
in every cabin.
I flamed amazement
Sometimes I'll divide
and burn in many places. On the topmast
the yards.
and bowsprit would I flame distinctly, then meet and join. Jove's lightnings, the precursors. Oh, the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning were not.
The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege, and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
Why, my brave spirit, who is so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect their reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation.
All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel.
Then, all fire within me, the queen's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring,
Then, like reeds, not hair,
was the first man that leapt, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
That's my spirit. But was this not nice shore?
close by, my mistress.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a soul perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before.
And, as thou badest me, in troops have I dispersed them about the isle.
The queen's son have I landed by himself,
Whom I left cooling of the air with sighs in an odd angle of the isle.
and sitting his arms in the sad knot.
Of the queen ship, the mariners, say thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet?
Safely in harbors the queen's ship,
In the deep nook, where once thou calledst me up at midnight, to fetch dew from the still vexed Bermuths. There she's hid.
the mariners, all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm joined to their suffered labor, I have left asleep. And for the rest of the fleet,
Which I dispersed.
they are on the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples,
Supposing that they saw the queen's ship wrecked.
and her great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work. What's the time of the day?
At the 6th hour,
At least 2 glasses. Ariel, the time between 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost forget, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody? What is it thou canst demand?
my liberty.
Before the time be out, no more. I pray you, madam.
Oh yeah, I pray thee, remember I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies,
Made thee no mistaking.
served without grudge or grumblings.
Thou did promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget what a torment I did free thee?
No, madam.
Thou dost, and thou thinkest much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth, when it is baked with frost.
I do not, madam.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, madam.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak. Tell me.
Madam, in Argier.
Was she so? I must once a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, For mischief's manifold and sorcery's terrible. To enter human hearing, from Argier thou knowest was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, madam.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child and left here by the sailors. Thou, my servant, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant. And, for thou wast a spirit, too dainty to act her earthly and abhorred command, she did confine thee, with the help of her more potent ministers, into a cloven pine, within which rift thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull things say I so. He, that Caliban, whom now I keep in my service. Thou knowest best what a torment I did free thee. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, mistress,
If
but
thou more murmurest, I shall rend and ope and peg thee in his naughty entrails till thou hadst howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, mistress. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I shall discharge thee.
I thank thee, madam. What shall I do? Say, what shall I do?
Go. Make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine only. Invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take this shape and hither come in it. Go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hadst slept well, awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my servant, who'll never yield us a kind answer.
'Tis the villain, madam, I do not love to look on.
Aye, but as 'tis, we cannot miss him. Is the mic on? Cannot miss him, for he does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serve in offices that profit us. What ho, servant! Thou art thou speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, thou tortoise wind! Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear. Thou most poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as ere my mother brushed with raven's feather from an wholesome fin drop on you both. A southwest blow on ye and blister you all over.
For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pin thy breath up. Urchins shall, that for that vast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched, thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than the bees that made them.
I must see my dinner, 'cause this island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, madest much of me. Wouldst give me water and berries it with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less, that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And you stymie me in this hard rock while you do keep me from the rest of the isle.
Thou most lying servant, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I pitied thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to undermine my mastery of the isle.
You taught me your language. And, wouldn't have been done. Thou didst prevent me, else I would now be called Caliban, king.
Abhorred slave, on whom any print of goodness wilt not stick. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or another, when thou didst, savage, not know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words to make them known, but thy vile heart, though thou didst learn, harbored evil that good could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined to this rock, when thou hadst deserved more than a prison.
You taught me your language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag seed hence! Fetch us in fuel and be quick. Thou wert best to answer other business. Oh, shruggest thou malice? If thou neglectest, or just unwillingly, what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts should tremble at thy din.
No, pray thee. Her art is of such power, it could control my mother's god Set and make a vassal of him.
So, servant, hence!
Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Curtsied when you haven't kissed the wild waves' whist. Footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer.
Where should this music be? I the air or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the queen, my mother, a wreck. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion. Thence I followed it, or it hath dawned me rather, but it is gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5 thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, none of him that doth fade. But doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. Seen if sourly ring his now. Hark! Now I hear them. Ding dong bell.
The ditty doth remember my drowned mother. This is no mortal business, nor sound that the earth owns. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtain of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, it carries a prey form. But 'tis a spirit.
No, girl, it eats and sleeps, and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, but he is something stained with grief. Thou mightest call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine. Nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It works. As my soul prompts it, spirit finds spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. And my prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly maid.
Language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech. Where I, but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best. What wert thou if the Queen of Naples heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now. That wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. She does hear me, and that she does, I weep. For I myself am she, whom with mine eye never since at ebb beheld, the Queen, my mother, a wreck.
Oh, the heavens!
Yes, faith, and all of her lords, the Duke of Merlin and his brave son being twain.
The Duchess of Milan and her more braver daughter could control thee, if now 'twere fit to do it. At first sight they have changed eyes. Spirit finds spirit, I'll free thee for this. A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my mother so urgently? This is the second man that ever I saw, the first that ever I sighed for. Pity move my mother to be inclined my way.
Soft, sir. One word more. They are both in either's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One word more. I charge thee that thou attendest me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me, the lady on it.
Nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit of so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell within.
What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. Foolish wench! Thou thinkest there are no more such shapes as him, having seen but him and Caliban. But to the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections
Get me a sword
are then
now.
most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Follow me. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
No. I resist such entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear mother, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Put thy sword up, traitor. Thou makest a show, but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt, I could here disarm thee, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, mother.
Hence! Hang not on my garments.
Mother, have pity. Oh, be a surety.
Follow me. Speak you not for him. He is a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Salt water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots and husks, wherein the acorn cradled. Come, follow.
Oh, my spirits as in a dream, are all bound up. The loss of my mother, this weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends are but light to me. Might I, once a day, through my prison behold this maid, all corners else the earth, let liberty make use, have I in space enough in such a prison.
Come, follow. It works. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Obey me. Mark what thou else shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My mother's of a better nature, sir, than she appears by. Speech. This is unwanted which now came from her.
Thou shalt be free as the mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command. Come on, let's go. Oops, I just totally forgot.
Beseech you, madam, be merry, for you have cause, so have we all of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the master of that merchant, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions could speak like us. Then wisely, good madam, wear our sorrows with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
She receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor not give him over so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit.
Madam,
By and by it will strike.
madam,
One. Tell.
when every grief is entertained, that's offered comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dollar indeed comes to him. You have spoken more than you purposed.
You've taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lady,
Spy. 5. What a spendthrift he is of his tongue.
I prithee, spare.
I have done but yet.
He will be talking.
Which of he or Adriana, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old codger.
The dame.
Done. The wager?
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seems to be desert,
Ha ha ha. So you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible.
Yet.
Yet,
She could not miss it.
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperament.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
I, and as subtle as she most learnedly delivered,
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
as if it had lungs, and rotten ones.
Or 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True. Save means to live.
Of that there's none. Or little.
How lush and lusty the grass is, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is almost beyond credit.
As many vouched rarities are.
Line. Oh, that as our garments, being as though we're drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their new glosses, and rather being new dyed than stained with the salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, wouldn't he say he lies?
I, or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we first put them on in Africa, at the marriage of the Queen's fair daughter Claribel to the King of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Oh, Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since Widow Ditto's time.
Widow Ditto? A pox of that. How came that widow in Widow Ditto?
What if he had said widower Aeneas, too? Good Lord, how you take it.
Widow Ditto, said you. You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
I assure you, madam, Carthage.
Carthage?
No, this Tunis, madam, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, madam, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp. He hath raised the wall and houses too.
What easy matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
Aye, and sowing the kernels into the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why, in good time.
Madam, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we first put them on at the marriage. What?
Your back's to the stage.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the audience.
Madam, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we first put them on at the marriage of your daughter Claribel to the King of Tunis. Oh, and the ring.
Oh yeah, and the rarest that ever came there. I wanted to say it was
Bait,
mine.
I beseech you, widow Ditto.
Widow Ditto, Widow Ditto.
Yeah. Was not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day, or, I mean, in a sort,
That sort was well fished for.
when I wore it at your daughter's marriage?
You crammed these words into mine ears against the stomach of my senses. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and admiring, she too is so far from illy roofed, I never again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Madam, he may live. I saw him. Oh gosh, I remember line. You got it. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs, whose enemy he flung aside and breasted. Take your time. You're good. You got it. And breasted the surge most swollen that met him, and. Wait, what's the next part? His bold head but the contentious waves he kept, with good arms and lusty stroke, is to the Sure. Oh my gosh, wait.
You're good.
It's like I know it, but like, you go.
Just think about how you're describing to Alfonsina Ferdinand swimming to shore. So you say, to the shore that o'er his wave worn basis bowed, as stooping to relieve him.
As stooping to relieve him, I not doubt he came alive to land.
No. No, he's gone.
Madam, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye, who hath caused wet grief on it.
Prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by all of us, and the fair soul herself, weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business is making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest. Oh, the loss.
My good Lord Sebastian, your words doth lack some gentleness, and time to speak it in. You're of the sort when you should bring plaster.
Very well.
And most charitably.
It is foul weather, so good sir, when you are loudy.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord?
Oh, wait. Nay, my lord, be not angry. Wait, no.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord, then you say he sow it with that seed.
Oh, yeah. He'll salt with needle seed.
Or docks. Or mallows.
And were the queen not on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
I, the Commonwealth, I would by the contraries execute all things for no kind of traffic. Will I admit no name of magistrate. Letters should not be known. Riches, poverty, and use of service, none. No use of metal, corn, no contract, section, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, wine, or oil. All, no occupation, all men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure, no sovereignty.
No marrying among his subjects.
None, man. All idle, wenches, and knaves.
A line. Oh, I would with such perfection govern, sir, to I would excel the golden age.
God save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
And do you mark me, madam?
Prithee, no more. Thou doth talk nothing to me.
Very well, madam. I did to just minister occasion to these gentlemen who are of such nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you can continue to laugh at nothing still.
What a blow was given.
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would take the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would so. And then we would go a bat fouling.
Nay, my good lord, be not angry.
Will you laugh me to sleep? For I am very tired.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? Also soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. But I find they're inclined to do so.
Please you, madam, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comforter.
We too will watch your guard as you rest.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
'Tis the quality of the climate.
Why doth it not then our eyelids sink?
Nor I, but my spirits are nimble, as though they fell together as by consent, as they dropped by a thunderstroke. Oh, what, worthy Sebastian, Oh, what might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
One. Noble Sebastian, let's let our fortune sleep, die rather, while winkest while thou art waking.
Now thou snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I am more serious to my custom. You be so too. If heed me, which to do troubles thee o'er.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so, to ebb. Hereditary sloth instructs me.
If you bore the mind that I do. Wait, yeah. Oh yeah. If you knew how the purpose cherished, but while thus you mocking it and stripping it, ebbing men indeed most often do so near the bottom run.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to yield.
Sorry.
Thus, sir. Thus, sir. Although this Lord of
Oh yeah. Thus, sir, although this Lord of weak remembrance, this who has little memory should not abrade our course. Oh yeah. For he is earth here as he almost to persuade, for he's a spirit of persuasion. Persuasion only, professes to persuade. The queen, her son's alive. 'Tis be as true as here that sleeps, here swims.
'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned.
Oh yeah, 'tis as impossible that he's undrowned.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Wait, oh, I have. Oh, yeah, sorry, my bad. Gosh, I have that no hope. Wait, I'm getting mixed up. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Sebastian just said, I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Oh, added that no hope. Great hope have you. A hope that ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond. But doubt discovery there. What is to come in yours and my discharge?
Will you grant with me
Oh yeah, will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
She that is 10 leagues beyond man's life. She that is queen of Tunis. She can have no, unless the sun were post. The man in the moon too slow, for new chins be born rough and razorable. And she, from whom? We are all sea swallowed, and then some cast again, destined to perform an act. And what is past thy prologue? What is to come in yours and my discharge?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true that Clarabelle's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples. Twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis and let Sebastian wake. He that is king of Naples can sleep as well as, Oh, yeah. Yep, sorry. Say this were death, they were no worse than they are now. There be him who rolls in Naples as well as he sleeps. Thus lords can pray as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. Oh, I could make a choff as deep as Chaz. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. For this sleep, for your advancement. Do you understand?
Methinks I do.
Yeah. And how does your content tend to your own good fortune?
Oh, I remember you did supplant your sister Prospera.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My sister's servants used to be my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
This is the one paragraph I don't know.
Okay, do you want to read it?
Yes, please. Aye, sir, where lies that? If 'twere a kite, 'twould put me to my slipper, but I feel not this diety in my bosom. 20 consciences, and stand twixt me and Milan. Canning be, they and melt ere thy most. Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. If she were which now she'd like, that's dead. Whom I with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it can lay to bed forever. Whiles you doing thus, for a perpetual wink for a... There you go. Might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not abrade our course. For all the rest they'll take suggestion, as a cat laps in milk. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Can I just have the first word? Oh, thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou goddess Milan, I'll come my Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Oh yeah, draw together, and when I rear my hand, do so to fall on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
And sends me forth
For else her project die.
to keep them living. To see his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake.
Let's both be sudden.
Awake!
Now, good angels, preserve the queen!
How now? Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Is that mine? Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls or rather lions. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
Heard nothing.
It was a din to fry a monster's ear. Surely it must have been a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, madam, I heard humming, and that strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. I heard noise. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or quit this place tonight. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground. Let's make further search for my poor son.
heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the eye. Whoops.
Lead
Beasts,
away.
for he is sure in the eye.
Lead away.
Chip, Eric. Chip.
My bad. Tempest.
Go save.
Prospero, my lady, shall know what I have done.
So, Queen, go safely on to seek thy son.
Affections that the sun sucks up, from bogs, fens, flats, on Prospero, fallen maker by inchmeal disease. Her spirits hear me, yet I needs must curse. But there'll be nor pinch, fright me with urchin, shows, nor pitch me in the mire, nor leave me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way unless she bid him. But for every trifle that are set upon me, sometimes like apes that moan chatter at me and after bite me, and then like hedgehogs that like tumbling my barefoot way, and sometimes mount their pricks at my football. Sometimes I am all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo, here comes the spirit of hers to torment me for bringing my wooden slowly. I'll fall flat. Perchance she will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed its liquor. Oh, if it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish! He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind of knot of the newest porjon. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there would but give a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast in England makes a man. When they will not give a doit to relieve a lame beggar, they lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legged like a man, and fins like arms, worm of my troth, I do now let loose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Thunder. Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There's no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I'll here be shrouded till the dregs of the storm are past.
No more to see, to see. Here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort.
The master, the swayber, the boatswain, knight, gunners, mate, love Mal, Meg, Marie, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to sailors go hang, then to see the boys and let her go hang.
This is a scurvy tune too, but here's my comfort.
Do not torment me. Oh.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do they play tricks upon savages or men of it? Ha! I have not escaped drowning to be afraid of your 4 legs. It hath been said as proper as a man can ever go on 4 legs cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said, so again while Stefano breathes as nostrils.
Her spirits torment me.
Ah! This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should you learn our language?
I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame and get to Naples with him, he will be a present for any emperor that ever trods on his leather.
Do not torment me. I pray thee, I'll bring my one home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest.
He shall taste of my bottle. If he had never drunk wine afore, I shall go near and remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I'll not charge too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him in that soundly.
Is it Stefano or me? Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling. Now prosper our works upon thee.
Come your ways, open your mouth. Here's which will give language to you. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you, and that soundly, you cannot tell who is your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. Should be, but he is drowned and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices. A most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, while his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help him ague. Come, amen. I'll pour some into thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? I will leave. I have no long spoon.
Stefano, if thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I'm Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
Thou beest Trinculo. Come forth, I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. If any of these legs be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed! How camest thou to the siege with this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stefano? And you, Lorenzo? Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. Oh, and art thou living? Oh, Stefano, Trinculo, and Lorenzo, 3 Neapolitan escaped.
Oh, prithee, do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things. If they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
Hello.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither?
Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. We escaped upon the bottom of a sack, which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle, which I made out of the bark of a tree with my very own hands since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon the bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swim ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Why, man, a duck can't swim not half as well as thee.
Here, kiss the book. Thou canst swim like a duck, but thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano, hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. How now, mooncalf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
The moon adoreth thee. I was the man the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Here, swear to that. Kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new context. Swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I am feared of him, a very weak monster.
A most poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. This scurvy monster. I could find it in my heart to beat it.
Come and kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
A most astute monster. Wait, no, that's not. Oh.
We skipped the same part again.
No, we didn't. I didn't skip it.
No, we didn't skip it.
No.
It's just go.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and give thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou fierce man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
A most astute monster to see the wisdom and folly in the genius and drink.
I pray thee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, instruct thee how to snare a nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Tranquilo, the queen and I are coming out to be dead. We will inherit here and here. Bear my bottle. Fellow Tranquilo, brother Lorenzo, we will fill him up by and by again.
Farewell, master. Farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
A most manly, monstrous monster. A monster for all mankind.
No more dames I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, Caliban. Has a new master, give new man. Freedom, heyday, heyday, freedom. Freedom, heyday, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Why'd you... Dude. They opened without me. Okay. Therefore, some spores are painful, and their labors delight in them sets off some kinds of baseness, which are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead, and makes my labors pleasure. Oh, she is 10 times more gentle than her mother's crab, and she's composed of harshness. I must remove some 1,000 of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. I do forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, busy lest when I do it.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning head burn up those logs that you were enjoined to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. When this burns, it will weep for having wearied you. My mother is hard at study. Pray now, rest yourself. She's safe for these 3 hours.
No, precious creature. I will not finish my task till the sun sets.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, my dear creature. I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should undergo such dishonor.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease. For my goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm. Thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, 'tis fresh morning with me. When you are by at night, I do beseech you chiefly. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I broke your hest to say so.
And my Miranda, indeed the top of admiration. Full many a lady I have eyed with the best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. Oh, so perfect and so peerless. You are created of every creature's best.
I do not know what of my sex. No woman's face remember, save from my glass, mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call men than you, good friend. How features are broad, I am skilless of. But by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly, and my mother's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition, Miranda, a prince. I do think a king. I would not so endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you, my heart did fly to your service, and there it resides, making me slave to it. Thus, for your sake, I am this patient log man.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, crown what I profess, if hollowly invert what is best boded me to mischief. I, beyond all else, do love, prize, and honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
A rare encounter of two most fair affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore you weep?
Mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows, hence bashful cunning, and prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress distraught, and thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
Here is my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
Oh, glad of this is they, I cannot be, who are surprised withal. But my rejoicing and nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
The butt is out. We will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and board them, servant monster,
Drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island.
They say there are 6 upon the isle. We are 4 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters.
Drink, servant monster. When I bidding thy eyes room was set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? Here a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
Well, my man, monster, half drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore. 35 leagues off and on. By this light thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list. He is no standard.
We'll not run, Monsieur Monster.
Nor go neither, yet you'll lie like dogs, and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does thou honor? Let me lick that shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am encased to Justle a constable. Why, thou debauched fish, thou? Was there ever man a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monster sly, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo, again, biting the death, I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou provest a mutineer, the next tree. The poor monster is my subject, and he shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Marry, I will kneel and breathe it. No. I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I am a subject to a tyrant that by her cunning hath cheated me of the isle.
They were talking to us.
Then stop talking to them.
It was Miss Williamson.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Why are they holding a string?
Because for the line.
Okay. It's thou liest. All right, well, she told us to put it up.
So is it this scene or?
No, I just wanted you guys to see it.
Oh, okay.
This is the thou liest scene.
I know.
That by her cunning hath cheated me of the isle.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I with my valiant mistress would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Lorenzo, if you trouble the monster in any words further, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
My men and no more. Supplant. Proceed.
Someone's mic backstage is live, and I can hear her like all of you talking.
It's rusty.
Fine.
Just keep going.
Yappers.
I say by sorcery.
Okay.
Whoa.
I say by sorcery she got this isle. From me she got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on her, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
Aye, that's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, my lord. I'll yield her thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into her head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
Trinculo, interrupt thy monster by one word further, and by this hand, I will turn my mercies out the door and make a stockfish of thee.
Why, what did I?
I did nothing. I'll go further on.
Didst thou not say he lied? Thou liest. Do I so? Take thou that! As you like it. Give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and bearings, too. This can sack and drink and do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Now, forward with your tail. Prithee stand farther.
beat him enough. After a little time, I'll beat him too.
Stand farther! Come, proceed.
Why? As I told thee, 'tis a custom with her. In the afternoon sleep, there thou mayest brain her, having first seized a book, or with a log, batter her skull, punch her with a stick, cut her weasand with thy knife. Remember, first to possess her books, for without them, she is but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate her, as rudely as I. And when she has a house, she'll deck with all, and that most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter. She herself caused her in non-peril. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my damn, and she. But she far surpasseth Sycorax, as greatest as the least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Could such a creature live on this island?
Aye, Lord, she will become thy wife, I warrant.
Mary, I will kill this woman, her daughter, and I shall be king and queen. Save our graces. Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo? Excellent. Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour she will be asleep. Wilt thou destroy her then?
At thy reason, at thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Trinculo, let us sing. Fly them and scout them and scout them and flout them. Thine is free.
That's not the tune.
Can someone please help? Thank you.
What is the same?
If thou beest a man, show thyself likeness. If thou beest a devil, take thou us our list.
Art thou afeard?
He that dies pays all debts. I defy thee. Mercy upon us.
Art thou afeard?
No monster, not I.
Be not afeard. This island is full of noises, sounding sweet airs, delight in bird. Sometimes thousands of creatures call my name. If I had waked up from long sleep, wait, what is it? If I waked up from long sleep, it will make me sleep again. And if I waked, the clouds may fall open and show roses. When I waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom for me, where I shall have music for nothing.
When prosper is short,
That shall be by and by. I know the story. Sound is going off. Let's follow after your word. Lead, monster. I could see the chamber he lays it on.
right. We go off right or left?
You guys go off left and follow them. I'll follow them.
Wilt thou come? I'll follow Stephanie.
And I as well, before the devils find us again.
Queen and company. Case. That's true. Forgot the briefcase. Briefcase. Where's everybody else? Bar Larkin, I can go no further, madam. I'm amazed Shaw indeed. Through forthright and menders, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
I cannot blame thee. What is going on?
we should just restart the scene.
Okay. Wait. We gotta restart. That's what we were saying. Guys, come on.
So here.
Yeah, we're very.
Bar Larkin, I can go no further, madam. I'm amazed Shaw indeed. Through forthright and menders, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness, the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here we will put off our hopes and keep it no longer from my flatterers. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks and fresh search on land. Well, let him go.
I'm glad that she's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the resolve to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for they are oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot use such vigilance as they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What time is it? If in Naples, I shall report this now.
Oh, wait, no.
Catch.
Sit down now. Now you're lying. Where's the music? Where'd everyone go? Where's the music? What's happening?
It's Alfonsina's line.
Because
Alfonsina.
it's music.
Alfonsina.
That's the music? Okay. Say your line.
What does this start with?
What harmony?
What harmony is this, my good friends? Hark!
Marvelous sweet music. Can we get on the stage?
What's going on?
Where's the picnic? Cash says it's cute.
So we didn't have someone to cure
It's a little bit chaotic.
and the cash fell off the stage.
Okay.
It was so bad.
And here is what we're gonna do. Stop. Reset this scene.
Again?
Chair bearer.
Again, do it right.
Bar Larkin, I can go no further, madam. I'm amazed, strong indeed, through forthright and menders. I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness, the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here I will keep off my hope. Keep my hopes for my flatters. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our fresh search on land. Well, let him go.
I'm glad that she's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the resolve to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for they are oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot use such vigilance as they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this, my good friends? Hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Then you guys should react to your scene, That's what we're doing the cloth on the table.
Why?
Because the table was loud. Go. Give us kind keepers.
Give us kind keepers, heavens. What
a living drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix's throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both, and I swear travelers near did. Who else once quite come near me? For I swear travelers near did lie, for fools at home condemned them.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me if I said I saw such islanders? For certes, these are people of the island. Though they are monster-shaped, yet note that they are more gentle kind spirits than our own human generation. You shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast spoke well. For some of you here are worse than devils.
Carolyn, when you're invisible, your hood needs to be up.
Ooh, fun. Are worse than devils.
Michaela,
I cannot too much muse. Such states, such gestures, expressing, although they want the use of tongues, an excellent dumb discourse.
praise and departing.
Praise in departing.
They vanished strangely.
Sebastian, no matter since.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you to taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir.
Oh, faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys, who believes if we said we saw such mountaineers who are dewlapped like bulls whose throats had hang at 'em, walls of flesh?
Or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, that each put her out of, whom 5 or more, for which
Good warrant, next line.
good warrant.
Alfonsina, I will stand too.
good warrant.
I will stand to and feed, although in my last, no matter since, the best is past. Brother, my lord, the duke, stand to and do as we.
Old arrows.
You three are men of sin.
Whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world, and what is in it, the never surveyed sea had caused to belch up you.
And on this island, where men doth not inhabit, you monks men be most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and even with such like valor men hang.
And drown their proper selves.
You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements of whom your swords are tempered may as well wound the loud winds.
Or with the not that stabs, kill the still floating waters. And destroy the arrow that's in my quill.
My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strengths and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you.
That you three from Milan did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited her and her innocent child,
For which foul deed the powers,
delaying,
not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores.
yea, all the creatures against
Your peace. Thee of thy son Alfonsina, they have bereft, and do
and do pronounce by me lingering perdition,
worse than any death can be at once,
shall step by step attend you and your ways,
whose wrath to guard you from,
which here in this most desolate isle
else falls upon your heads,
is nothing but heart sorrow.
and a clear life ensuing.
Oh, bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed my Ariel. A grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing badest in what thou hadst to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work, And these, you can't see me, mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power. And in these fits I leave them. Will sit visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, his and mine loved darling.
You gotta keep your hood up or they're gonna think they can see you.
But it's so much uncomfortable.
I know, but if you're gonna be walking around like that, you have to have the hood up.
Fine, okay.
Forgive me, madam. Why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing, the thunder, the loud and dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prospera. It did base my trespass, and no matter since. Therefore my son in ooze is bedded, and I will seek him deeper than air plummet sounded. There lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time. I'll fight thou legion's o'er.
I'll be thy second.
I have a pair. All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt to work like poison, given a great time after. Oh, blind. I'm blinking. Now begins to bite the spirits. I do beseech you, those that are of supple joints, follow them swiftly and hinder them from what this ecstasy may provoke them to.
Follow, I pray you. Fletcher. Fletcher. Hey, Zeno, go find Fletcher. There he is. Okay. If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have here given you a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, which once again I tender to thy care. All thy vexations were but trials of thy love, and thou hast, strangely, stood the test here. Afore heaven I ratify this, my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she shall outstrip all praise, and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it. Against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter.
As I hope for quiet days, long life, fair issue, the strongest suggestion, nor the murkiest den shall never melt mine honor into dishonor, to take away the sanctity of our union.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel, my industrious servant Ariel.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows at your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go, bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power here, to this place, incite into quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
Aye, with a twink.
Before you can say come and go,
And breathe twice and cry,
so, each one tripping on his toe.
we'll be here with mop and mow.
Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
I go.
Look you, be diligent. Do not give dalliance too much rein. The strongest oaths were straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, madam, the cold, white snow upon my heart abates the odor of my liver.
Well, approach my Ariel. Bring a quarterly rather than want, a spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich lees of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched over them to keep, thy banks with pine and twill brims, with spongy apron at thy hesped trims, to make cool nymphs chaste crowns in thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves, being last lorn thy vineyard and thy sea marge, lifeless and craggy, for thy thyself dost hear the queen o' sky, whose watery arched messenger am I, bids thee leave these and with her sovereign grace, in this grass plot in this very place, to come to sport her peacock's fly mane. Approach, rich Ceres, here to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffuses honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown these bosky acres and this unshrubed down, rich scarf to my proud earth. Why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this short grass green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly bow, If Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they did plot the means that dusky dis my daughter got, her and her blind boy scandal company I have forsworn.
Of her society be not afraid. I met her deity, cutting clouds towards Paphos her son, doth drawn with her. Here it seems as though some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are laid beneath the altar.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister go with me to bless this twain, that they may be prosperous and honored in their issue? Honor, riches, marriage blessings, long continuing and increasing. Hourly joys bestow upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you.
Earth's increase, boys in plenty, barns and gardeners never empty. Vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly earthen bowing. Spring come to you and the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing so is on you.
And harmoniously charming. May I be so bold to think the spirits?
Spirits, which, by mine art, I have called forth from their confines to enact my present fancies.
Oh, so rare a wonder. Mother and wife makes this place paradise. Oh, let me live here ever.
Sweet, now silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do.
You nymphs called naiads of the windering brooks, with your sedge crowns and ever harmless looks, leave your crisp channels into this green land. Answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temper nymphs, and help celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. You sunburnt sicklemen of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Make holiday your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter every one in the country footing.
Oh! I had forgot that foul conspiracy of the beast Calvin and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot has almost come. Well done! Avoid! No more!
Oh, this is strange. Your mother's in some passion that works her strangely.
Never till this day saw I her touched with anger so distempered.
Oh, you do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors. As I foretold you, we're all spirits and are melted into air. It's a thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you please, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or two a walk, to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace.
With the thought I thank thee, Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, my commander. When I present presented, Ceres. I thought to have told thee of it.
But I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, madam, they were red hot with drinking.
So fun valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces.
Beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project.
Fine.
I think
That's you.
no, I promise you that's you.
Okay. Then I beat my tabor.
At which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears,
Advanced their eyelids.
lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears that calf-like they my lowing followed through toothed briars,
Sharp burzes.
pricking goss and thorns.
Which entered their frail shins.
At last, I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell.
They're dancing up to the chins that the foul lake or sunk their feet.
This was well done, my brother. Thy shape invisible retain thy still. The trumpery in my house, go, bring it hither. Still to catch these thieves. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanely taken, are all lost, quite lost. As with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring.
The aerial flag. Is my mic on? The aerial flag.
It used to be come hang them on this line, but do we have a line? Come, hang them on this line.
My mic is messed up. Oh, never mind. Pray, tread softly, that the blind woman may not hear a footfall. Now we're near herself.
Monster, you're a fairy. What you say is a harmless.
Fairy has done nothing but play jack with us.
Monster, I do smell a wet horse, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take this pleasure against you, look, you!
Thou wert but a lost monster.
Good, my lord, give me thy favor still. For the prize I'll bring to thee shall hoodwink this mischance, all such as midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool. There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wedding. Yet this is your harmless fairy, monster.
I will fetch off my bottle, though I be over ears for my labor.
Pray thee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise in enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever. And I thy Caliban, for I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stephano! Oh, Pierre! Oh, worthy Stephano! Look what a wardrobe here is for thee.
Let alone, thou fool, it is but trash.
Oh, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery. Oh, King Stephano!
Put off that gown, Trinculo. By this hand I will have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
The dropsy drowned this fool. What do you mean to dote thus on such luggage?
Be quiet, you monster. Mistress Line, is this not my jerkin? Now is my jerkin under the line? Now is my jerkin to lose all its hair and prove a bald jerkin?
Do. We steal by line and level, and like your grace.
Here's a garment for that jest, which shall not go unrewarded by I am king of this country. Steal by line,
level of an excellent pass of pate. Here's another garment for it. Monster, come, put some lime upon your fingers, and away with the rest.
I will have none on it. We shall lose our time. We turn to barnacles or to apes with foreheads of villain as well.
Monster, lay to your finger, help bear this where my hogshead of wine is, or I will turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this. And this. And this.
Hark! Hark! There, tyrant! There! Fury! Fury!
That was me. Taco.
Charge my globules that they grind their joints with dry convulsions. Shorten up their sinews and more pig spot and make them than a pard or a catamountain. Hark, they roar. At this hour lie at my mercy all. Mine enemies, shortly shall my labors end, and thou shalt have the air of freedom. For a little, follow and do me service.